North Korean soldiers fighting against Ukrainian forces in the Kursk region are using a meat grinder strategy. A soldier with the 33rd Separate Assault Battalion, codenamed Leopard, told The Times as he described a close-quarters clash with North Korean troops in the village of Makhnovka. According to him, the North Koreans are using people instead of sapper vehicles. They just walk in a single row, 3 or 4 meters from each other. If one blows up, then the medics go behind and take the dead, and the crowd continues to walk one after another. That's how they get through minefields, Leopard said. According to him, during the battle for the village, the DPRK soldiers were mixed with Russians in one unit to try to hide their identity, but they were at a disadvantage because they only use small arms, machine guns, grenade launchers, and at most, mortars. The fighter noted that North Korean soldiers do not yet use drones, but I suspected they are starting to learn, and the longer the war goes on, the more likely they are to innovate, he said. At the same time, although the DPRK soldiers are well trained and physically fit, they need to be assigned guides to help them navigate the foreign terrain and climate, says Leopard. His battalion was able to capture one of the Russian guides, but the North Koreans refused to surrender alive, preferring to fight to the death or try to escape. At the same time, their commanders do not seem to be concerned about the deaths of their men, notes the Ukrainian fighter. After the North Korean troops were driven out of the village, they tried to hide in the forest, but the Ukrainian armed forces discovered them with a drone and then threw grenades at them. Yesterday, I saw 4 North Koreans killed in just 15 minutes, and in the last 2 days, I have counted 120 killed, Leopard said. Earlier, a lieutenant of the Armed Forces of Ukraine with the call sign Alex said that the Russian Federation for the first time deployed mixed groups in the Kursk region, which consist of Russian and Korean attack aircraft. In addition, the DPRK soldiers already have communications. They were not given radios before. Recently, Ukrainian President Volodymyr Zelensky reported that the Russian army lost up to a battalion of infantry, including North Korean soldiers and Russian paratroopers, near the village of Makhnovka alone. At the same time, analysts note that Russia could have lost up to 400 soldiers in one battle near Makhnovka. Recent leaked documents have sparked significant controversy surrounding Asma al-Assad, the wife of Syrian President Bashar al-Assad. The revelations point to alleged links between Asma and British intelligence services, shedding light on her potential role in shaping Syrian politics through covert means. The first document, dated November 27, 1998, mentions Asma Assad's financial positions, including her work at the New York branch of Deutsche Bank. The document details her duties as a financial, political, and legal intelligence collector for the U.S. National Security Council. She is also alleged to have been involved in activities related to the Golan Heights and Lebanon. Asma Assad had close ties to leading figures in British intelligence. Her relationships with Miss Lisa and Miss Colleen Bacall, who served as Director of British Foreign Intelligence from 1998 to 1994, are highlighted in the documents. The second document contains information about meetings in 1994. On November 22nd, at a meeting at the Chesterfield Mayfair Hotel in London, Bashar Assad and Asma met with Eliza Manningham Buller, deputy head of MI5. A day later, it was reported that they participated in discussions on Syrian-Israeli relations and peace talks in the region. The allegations suggest that Asma's influence extended beyond espionage to a broader political agenda, including fostering covert relations between Syria and the UK. Her alleged involvement in mediating sensitive negotiations and influencing high-profile decisions has raised questions about her autonomy and the extent of foreign influence within the Syrian regime. The leaked documents have triggered a wave of reactions from international observers and Syrian opposition groups. Calls for further investigations into the allegations have intensified, with some urging the United Nations to examine the potential implications of such espionage activities on regional stability. The son of the US President-elect Donald Trump Jr. has criticized aid to Ukraine from nearly 3 years ago amid devastating fires in Los Angeles. On social media, Trump Jr. said that the Los Angeles Fire Department donated a lot of its supplies to Ukraine, and today it cannot control the elements in its immediate area of responsibility. As evidence of his version, he attached a media message from March the 18th, 2022. Oh, of course, the LA Fire Department donated a lot of their supplies to Ukraine. Trump Jr. wrote, "The hydrants weren't filled. They cut $17 million from the fire budget. They sent supplies to Ukraine." Musk wrote, but Donald Trump himself did not blame Ukraine for the Los Angeles fires. He found another culprit. Let this serve as a symbol of the blatant incompetence and mismanagement of the Biden-Newsom duo. January the 20th must come as soon as possible, he wrote. Trump has sparked a political battle over the wildfires ravaging Los Angeles, even as those fires are still far from contained. Any suggestion that the disaster, which has already killed 2 people, destroyed about 1,000 structures and caused 70,000 people to be placed under an evacuation order, would lead to a moment of national unity was in vain. Instead, Trump has taken verbal potshots at the California governor, Gavin Newsom, and President Biden, suggesting their actions are to blame for the failure to contain the fires. The purpose, aside from Trump's general taste for political combat, seems to be to paint the current president and the California governor as weak leaders who have enfeebled a nation that the president-elect will soon return to the right track. Trump's detractors view such tactics with disdain. Trump took to Truth Social, using his derogatory nickname for the California governor, to assert that the response to the wildfires was being hampered by Newsom's environmental policies. Governor Gavin Newsom refused to sign the water restoration declaration put before him that would have allowed millions of gallons of water from excess rain and snowmelt from the north to flow daily into many parts of California. Authorities in Los Angeles say the water supplies had been strained by levels of demand about 4 times greater than normal over a period of many hours.